Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. Switching Worlds writes in and says, I'm trying to record external input, a guitar, into the looper with bus effects, and it's not working. The buses stop affecting the signal once I turn them off, which doesn't happen if I apply a bus effect to a sample stored in a pad while in looper mode. Am I doing something wrong? I've spent a little bit of time trying to experiment on this and see if I can replicate what I believe you're describing, which is that you're recording in, you're hearing the effect on a signal that's being input, and that you're recording into the looper, and once you turn the effect off, it's going away. I actually haven't been able to replicate this, so I'm not quite sure what your setup is, but I just want to show you a few things, and we'll just kind of see if anything here might give you a hand, and maybe help educate some folks along the way. So, I'm right now don't have EXT source on. I'm just going to dry synth signal here. And if I hit mark, I get an empty looper here. If I hit record and just start going, it's completely dry. I can turn delay on and it's not affecting the sound because it's just going kind of the looper, and it ends up skipping the bus effects, and you probably want this behavior, so this might be what you're seeing as a result. I'm not sure, but if I hit record and stop and delete the buffer here, and then I go turn on delay, what's going to happen is by default EXT source is going to, or should, maybe I have a setting change here. This is one of the things I would say I'll show you, is let's get out of this. If I hold remain and press EXT source, I've just switched it to bus 1, and I can tell if I'm on bus 1 or if I'm on dry by holding down EXT source. So right now it says bus 1, so it must have been on dry before, because if I hold remain, tap EXT source, and then hold it down, it now says dry up here. So if it's dry, you are skipping all of your bus effects and going straight to the output, which may be what you want, and maybe this is how you've gotten into a state where you're not hearing the effects. But I'm going to go put it back on bus 1. I'm going to hold remain, tap EXT source. We've got EXT source on. So now we can hear the delay. If I go back, not record. If I go back into mark to get into the looper, and we hit record just to wait, we hear that it's now baked that sound in. And the reason why you want the looper to skip the bus effects usually is you don't want this delay being doubled repeatedly as it keeps playing through the looper. However, that said, if you wanted to, you still can do this. If you hold shift down where it says bus here on control knob 1, while I'm holding shift, I can skip from looper. I can send it to dry, so it's just going to skip again the effects. I can also send it to bus 1. And this might not be super impressive because I don't have the delay on, but we can turn it on. Oops. I don't know how you edit these. We can do something. Let's go resonator. That'll be more obvious. Because I guess when you're in the looper, you might not be able to control some of the effects. There might be a button combination you have to do that. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But my guess is, switching worlds, that you have something going on where you probably are set to bus looper, and you have an expectation that it's going to do something that as I said, I'm not quite sure, but try and take some of those notes between making sure your EXT source is set to bus 1 if that's what you want, or if you want it to go to dry, set it to that. You can also do bus 2 if you switch your bus effects to bus 2, so you'll see bus effects blinking, and then you do the remain EXT source. Beyond that, hold shift and just play around with what bus destination you want to go to and see if that helps you as well. It can get complicated though if you're in a live situation or a live scenario, because having to keep switching between what effects you're pointing things at in the looper, and as you can see, changing the effects while you're in looper can be a little bit tough, but I mean, you still can exit out and do some fun things here. So this isn't changing the sound because it's on looper, but anyway, I just wanted to show you that you can switch between get in, get out, and do things. It's just more button combinations to remember. Anyway, I hope that helps you out, and absolutely drop some more information in the comments if you've got more things that you've been working on switching worlds that does or doesn't work, or does or doesn't seem to go in the right direction. Everybody else, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.